This is the Galaxy Report for Saturday, October 21st, 2006, episode 58. Welcome to the Galaxy Report. I'm Free Kasaka. My co-hosts this week are Flipside. Flip, how are you?
I'm doing pretty Halloweenish.
Good. Yeah, that's your favorite holiday, so you got to be pretty happy this time of year.
My birth date is near there, so yeah.
Awesome. And of course, Josh is back with us. Have you ever watched that show on MTV? My Sweet 16?
No, but I don't think I should.
Oh my god, it's the most annoying thing. It's like rich people who sit there and like spoil their daughters who are having their 16th birthday, and like they're flying their daughters to Paris so they can get a dress on their 16th.
I wish I could make a trip all the way across the world just to get a dress.
It's what makes the rest of the world hate America.
I bet you do, Flip.
Yeah.
So, Josh, how you doing? What's up? How you doing this week?
I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm disappointed I don't have a 360 because everyone wants to splinter cell.
Aww.
I'm sad.
All right, first minute and a half, and we haven't even talked Galaxies. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Okay, I'm going to go through the show notes, what we have for this week, and then we'll jump right into things. We're going to start off with what you've been doing. We're going to go through some of the game updates. We're going to hit the news, Commando expertise. Josh is pretty happy, so we're going to do the Friday feature, poll question of the week. And Issel stopped by earlier. I don't know if she's still in chat because I'm not in there right now, but she wanted me to let everyone know to stop by the forum. She's looking for ideas for editorials, and she should have one coming on Tuesday. So swing by, check out our forums, give her ideas, and pretty soon she will have one coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the NGE. So everyone should be looking forward to that.
What's the date? What was the date? November 11th?
I think the 15th that went live or something. I don't know.
Damn. If it would have been 11th, it would have been Remembrance Day in Canada. That would have been pretty ironic.
Let's jump right in. Let's start with you, Josh. What you been doing this week?
Jack all, actually. I logged in for the first time today, this week. No, wait, that's a lie. I helped you last week a little bit.
Well, towards the beginning of the week. We kind of did the same thing. Beginning of the week, we both played a decent amount. In the middle of the week, we were barely there, and we were able to hop on again today.
Yeah, I didn't really do anything.
Well, you helped me with because I finally finished up the Legacy quest. I'll just wrap this into myself and bring you in for, the little parts that you did do. But I find, for the first time, Freaks finished the Legacy quest all the way to the end. Had to get Josh to help with the quest to get the second egg in the bunker. And took Josh down there. First time he's actually been in there, right? Am I right on that one?
No, I'm not. I'm only on the Smuggler Outpost on the Legacy quest. I'm still on Halo Steam, parts. I never even finished the Legacy. I never even finished
Oh man, we're gonna have to get you to finish that. But I got you in there. Had you help me finish up? Got done with that. Tried to do another quest on Talus just for fun, and found out that you can't really do it right now because it sends you to the an old Rebel weapons depot, which is now a PvP base, and it was taken over by the Imperials. And they revamped it, of course, and I have no idea how to find anything there. So pretty much SOL. It was just a dinky little quest I was doing to waste time. But
they call that gated. That's
yeah.
what the kids are calling it.
And I actually went to Kashyyyk and started doing some quests with Gyron this week, trying to knock out some of the, we were on the riot trail and everything. And I've just been using those to level up a bit. And he sent me on some, NIMS star map quest just to get a few thousand XP here and there. And I got up to level 50.
Get the engine. It's random stats on the engine. If you get over 103, that's like 100 million Starsider. Right?
I think he gave me one.
Well, we can give you a good one. This evening space. Speaking of Gyron, he transferred Nicola, his crafter, today.
Oh, he told me he was going to do that. He reactivated this account. It's his crafter account that he just would reactivate occasionally to create something or image design, because sometimes he'd want his scales flat the right, a certain way.
Yeah.
But he reactivated the account and transferred. He did the full transfer, didn't he?
Yeah, it's $50.
$50 again.
$55.
Just to transfer over the crafter really for a month.
He told me that everything transferred over, everything in his data pad and everything.
Yeah, he got a raise.
Even stuff in his bank.
Apparently got a raise. He decided to blow the money on Galaxy. Pretty much his character on Bloodbid now is Chibi.
So that's funny.
He's on Starside to stay, I guess.
Well,
making you look bad. Grinding a character.
The way I'm leveling up, I think I'm going to be staying too.
He's in level 70 something too.
Oh, he's freaking crazy on that. His goal was 80 by the end of the week, but I don't think he made it.
Wow.
No, I saw him today.
All right, Flip, what you been up to this week?
I've been back and forth on my two different characters, Bludgeon and Starsider. I really only played my Starsider character today for a little bit, and my other characters, I've been doing a lot of GCW grinding, which supposedly it's not supposed to be a grind fest, but you know, if you want to get anywhere, or I kind of want to get some of those rewards for I don't know. I'm at the point where now I'm like I don't know, corporate or whatever, and you need like a million, zillion, bazillion more GCW points. But anyways, that's pretty much what I've been doing.
I think it's about 50,000.
Actually, I used my little thing, my published reward that I got for Chapter 3, so I could go up to the next level, and I bought Imperial furniture for my house when I got done with the Legacy quest.
I like to retcon my comments about liking the advancement rate in the GCW system. I'm spending like 6 hours doing Corvette missions or Restus, and I'm only ordering like pretty much 4,000 GCW points, and I need like 50,000 for the next level.
You're not taking that?
And I'm only level 3.
Yeah, no. Well, you know, I did one mission today from the Corvette with my main character, and I just wanted to. I killed everything up there, even the droids, which don't count as GCW points. But I went and killed every single thing that was up there, and I got 826 points.
Yeah, my guild, we went up and we all grabbed a ticket, cycled it through 8 times, and we made about. We get killed a lot, but we made about 4,000 or 5,000 for the total. But it's really slow.
Yeah.
So it's easier. It's much more interesting just to go to Restus and actually kill some people now and then in between raidovers.
Well, you know, I was helping some of the guys on Bloodfen hold an Imperial base, and I gained maybe 20 points in like 3 hours. And I remember a lot of people are talking about. There's the talk of the bug where every 10 minutes you get a certain amount of points for helping out your base or winning or whatever. It doesn't work. Well, then how come you don't get points?
Oh, I thought you thought gaining XP was a bug.
No, gaining.
No, I cut you off.
Nobody was gaining. I mean, after like 3 hours of helping out a base, I got maybe 20 points, and that was just for a couple of kills, and that was it.
Were you guys under constant attack, or?
Well, they were throwing, raids, but I was in a group that wasn't really getting them. But I was thinking after, PvE was so much easier for me to get GCW points than PvPing, and I was under the impression that PvPing was definitely the way to go. And I guess, maybe I should check out Restus, because I haven't done that.
It's really cool that the groups spawn based on who's controlling the city with the antennas. So if like the Imperials are like taking the crap out for the rebel NPCs spawn around.
So if you try and take over the city, you don't have NPCs spawning in to help you out?
No, you don't have NPCs helping you out.
I said that right, didn't I, this time?
Nope, you said NCP.
Oh.
All right, well, why don't we jump into about the meat of our show this week? We'll start off with game updates. We got Chapter 3.5, some big changes to customer service. Josh, you've had some experience with this. What's the big change now?
You hit H and Firefox reduces, or it like kicks open and reduces galaxies. Okay,
so instead of having the old system where it pulls up the little thing that you can do in game, it's actually sending you to a web page and having you fill out it.
I don't like that. It's very intrusive. Like, it's kind of cool. You just that's one of the things I like with the interface of Galaxy is you can communicate customer service without having it out of the game or anything. And if they're refining the system in that way, it makes me think they're just trying to cut back on their support and just kind of blend in their games together, like have the EQ guys helping us out. And our customer service people barely know anything about the game they're playing it.
But isn't it?
Here's what the EQ will be doing.
Isn't it? They've added some features too, where you could add screenshots and chat logs and everything into it, where you can like send in like, okay, this guy's griefing me. Look, he said, you're an a-hole 500 times in a row. It's floating up, or sent me this tell like numerous times. And
I would have freaking griefed on a report guy. Every time I get emails I'm talking to you, you send me spam so that I can't use /r.
Yeah, if he finds out you're doing anything, you're pretty much
Yeah.
But
See, I didn't know about that feature, but it sounds pretty cool. I didn't write a ticket. I just kind of opened it up and take a look. Yeah,
we'll have to play
Firefox
around.
compatible, which is nice.
Mm-mm.
I don't use Firefox. And explore for the
Use Opera. See, Galactic Civil War, increased respawn times for NPCs in the Talos factional bunkers. Do we like that? Anybody been around it? Do we care?
Oh, yeah. I found that bunker and it was good grind spot.
Awesome.
It's these static little bunkers with these, I think it's single chevron level 80s, and every time you kill one, you get 12
Cool.
GCW points, and you just get your whole guild down there or whatever group. And, two people would say, I can't, there's just running around shooting everything, and you made about 1,000 an hour.
Sweet.
But they nerfed it.
Okay, I'm going on to the next one. Who wants to start the drum roll?
Whoa, two of us.
The harvesting radio menu on creatures has been restored. Anyone can now select to harvest meat, bone, or hide from creature corpses. Creatures will no longer randomly drop bone, meat, or hides. Are we happy? Who's used it?
Crafters. I used it. I looted the EOP. I got crabby bone.
But it's the fact that I could choose to get that bone.
Well, good or bad, good or bad, not to step on your toes for you guys talking right now, but wouldn't that give more of the option of certain loot to drop rather than getting bone or meat or hide?
Well, I wish, you know what? I wish they would totally remove loot from creatures and just let me harvest creatures and get loot from, people.
Well, don't you like getting bone armor from rankers or anything?
I can live with a rancor dropping like a hat or a piece of armor occasionally, thinking that someone, they ate somebody.
Right.
But I don't want to freaking kill a Durney and get a pair of bone armor leggings
or a stem or something.
Right. I don't want that. Get rid of the eyes, all that stuff. Get rid of that and just let me harvest creatures and let me get loot off of NPCs, like players, like people, humanoids. That's the word I'm looking for. Humanoids.
Racist. What about Oceans and?
I would consider them a humanoid creature, kind of like a Klingon would be a humanoid creature. Ooh, I went there.
Originates from Star Trek.
What's that?
The whole humanoid theory originates from Star Trek. Star Wars just ripped it off.
Ooh,
everybody's
fighting words. Profession counselor. Fix an issue with the profession counselor respec NPC that would prevent you from being able to respec your character. Ooh,
Rodney's dead. They could still kick Lucas's ass.
Smuggler. Fix an issue that prevented turning in contraband to an NPC fence by double-clicking the NPC. Officer. Sound will play for the expertise, ability, inspiration. A bunch of tweaks to legacy. Well, not a bunch, but a few tweaks to some legacy quests. You know what? Went through the entire thing. Didn't have one issue. Don't know if I got lucky, but I did not have one issue.
It's pretty insane that a quest that long did not have any bugs in Star Wars Galaxy.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it wasn't.
Or bugged to hell.
There wasn't a bug, but I noticed a number of people started. We mentioned, I think, last week or maybe the week before about how they've updated Tatooine with that race. How some people are complaining because either the rubber banding effect prevents them, or because of their speed in the game prevents them. They cannot get past that, no matter what they do.
What are they trying to do?
They're on dial-up. There's a race now.
Yeah, I did the race. It wasn't a problem.
Well, some people are having problems because there's either rubber band effect or they have their issue with their speed, and they can't get past it no matter what they do. I don't know if they need a swoop because they're using a bike or something.
Yeah, upgrade your machine.
Here's my tip to them. Find somebody who has DSL or whatever, put them on follow and have them drive ahead of you, and you'll go through at the proper speed.
Yeah, turn off shadows with your 32 meg graphics card. We're just playing
512 this week.
You like it?
Yeah, Josh's got a 512 megabyte card.
I have a 256, and I jumped up from a 128, and I really like it.
I had a 128.
You got more than that, don't you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, mine's only a 256.
Was it an AGP or PCI?
PCI Express.
Okay, I'm AGP.
So it runs it beautifully.
Mine is bigger.
Yeah, I have 4 processors just for this. Let's see, space. The YT-1300 rendezvous on quest given by the NPC. Whoa, I can't even read that. Rebel pilot trainer. I like that. Should it happen so you can complete the quest? User interface. GCW rewards. The GCW rewards purchasing window will now remain open after buying flares or traps, as it does after purchasing any of the other rewards. I wish they would show a picture of what you were buying, what stuff looks like when you're getting stuff like the GCW rewards. Like I said I was buying the Imperial furniture. I would have liked to have been able to see what it was that I was actually buying, not just like, oh, you're buying this or you're buying this. No pictures
to figure it out.
Well, it's funny they mention pictures because out of all the list of furniture that you can buy, either Rebel or Imperial, one of the items is called an Imperial table, but when you buy it, it's just called table. Why do they have it listed as Imperial table? Like all the other furniture is just like, shelf or, whatever, and it comes out with the same name. But one of the items is Imperial table. But like I said, you buy it, it's not that name anymore.
That's probably because it comes up with the Rebel stuff, too. It's the same owner.
Yeah.
But why name it Imperial Rebel when you just name it table? Or desk or whatever.
There's 3 expertise coming out and you're worried about the table.
No, I'm just adding my thoughts to what you're talking about.
And let me tell you, talking about this, I'll get into that later on. I have a theory about the expertise. And anyways, world, if you try to use the \unstick command and the system cannot find a good location, you'll be warped to Mos Eisley. It's only going to work on the 10 core planets, not Cache or Mustafar. So that's probably good on Cache. What's that?
I thought 10 planets was in the expansion.
I don't know. It says right here, a copy pasted unstick will only work this way on the 10 core planets. Someone do a quick count and find out.
Since you called the expertise the talent points that one time.
Harvesting resources on Tansari Point Station will produce the same kind of Tatooine resource. And yeah, that was it. That was all for 3.5. It was a nice little, midweek publish, in between publish, give us some good stuff. But I'm looking forward on Test Center is they fixed the issue where you could attack unattackable objects, where you target the Bazaar, you hit the attack button, and you're stuck in combat for a while.
I like that. Because I could walk up to, when Jedi were standing around the starport and they didn't want to run in the rest of us and they weren't over it yet. I walk up to them, I stun the con, just hit the auto attack, and we put them in the bug too. You kind of spread it around. You go around attacking everybody, and then they get stuck in aggro.
It was ticking me off. I was trying to decorate my house a little bit, and I was trying to move stuff around. Occasionally, I would accidentally click on the attack button, and all of a sudden, I'd go in combat. And I found out if you have your vehicle out, you can hop on your vehicle, and it'd take you out of combat. So I left my vehicle parked right outside my house, and every time that happened, I'd just run outside, hop on the house, and get back in.
Another tip: you can just sit on a piece of furniture, and it'll do it too.
Ooh. See, I didn't have to walk all the way outside my small house.
Yeah. Josh is thinking ahead.
You are the man.
I did that.
On Test Center also, the creature harvesting skill mod is now visible on the character sheet. I was kind of wondering about that. Why is there a creature harvesting skill mod? Are they planning to add something like you have to level up creature harvesting so you can get higher levels of resources?
No.
Or if maybe
the harvesting drugs and the buff food that does harvesting. We had that before.
But there's no general mod that when you level up in general, like 1 through 50 to 90, that you get better creature harvesting skills?
It's exactly the same, just so that we don't screw the whatchamacallits anymore. What do they call it? The chefs.
I would like to see some sort of creature harvesting, you have to level it up just by harvesting stuff off of creatures, because I think that'd be a good bonus for people who harvest all the time. They would be able to get more resources and get stuff off of high level people instead of like someone who just like occasionally goes out to grab, just grab a few things. They're not going to be able to get the same kind of quantity as someone who takes the time to actually level it up. I mean, it would be hard to level it up, but
it's cool they did it. But it's kind of like a gun without bullets right now, because what are they going to make with it? Yeah, I can harvest, but congratulations, you have nothing to make.
Yeah. I can choose to get you either the hide, the bone, or the meat that you're not going to use right now. The creature harvesting module is once again available in the schematics group, and they added the auto harvest feature to droids that are equipped with harvest modules. So they're making sure they go through and adding all the stuff to go along with the return of the harvesting radiant onion.
Dun dun dun.
But it still does nothing.
The crafter revamped the moves. Over in chapter 5.
Yes.
Where it is.
So, where do you guys want to go next? I have, we can do the commando expertise, or we can get into some Helios posts on the switching factions.
Let's do Helios since we were talking about the GCW.
Okay, we'll jump into that. He started off posting this week that with Chapter 4, they're going to make some changes. They're going to change up a bit the way that you won't be able to just, I'm Imperial, I want to be Rebel, so I drop and I become a Rebel. The rules for switching status within a faction or completely resign from a faction have not been changed, so those are going to stay the same. If you resign from a faction, you may rejoin as per normal rules. No extra timer. If you resign from a faction, there'll be a 5-day timer before you can join the opposite faction. And then leaving a faction, rejoining 2 days later, then leaving again will reset your timer to 5 days. So, those are the changes that we're looking for. What do you guys think on this one?
6 hours.
We're not to that part yet. This part right here. This is what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Read my commandos and stuff.
What about you, Flip?
Flip was against that, wasn't he? The switching faction penalty?
Yeah, I thought days versus hours I thought hours actually was better than days. I mean, sure, a couple hours isn't a lot. You can just go to your other player and then switch, but I thought days was quite a bit.
Well, who doesn't know that they're thinking about, like, if you're Imperial and you're thinking that you're going to go Rebel, most of the time it's not just a spur-of-the-moment decision. It's something you start thinking about. So you can always resign. If you think that you might want to go from Imperial to Rebel, you can just resign. And then within that 5 days, you've made up your mind. You can either just go back Imperial at any point or wait the 5 days and go Rebel to do anything you want as a Rebel.
Exactly. I mean, there's no reason to switch it back and forth either other than 4 day stims.
That's probably what they want to get away from.
Yeah, man. Do we know if you switch factions if your rank carries over with you to the equivalent?
I would hope not. I would think when you start a new faction, you start at the very bottom.
Yep.
Yeah. But what if you go out and come back? Like, would that be like, with respecting if you go from a combat to an entertainer, if you go back to combat and roll 90 again? So if you're like if you're a Rebel Master Sergeant, if you go into Imperial, you come back as Master Sergeant?
I would think if that happened, it would only be for the first 6 levels. It wouldn't keep anything above the first 6. But even then, I think you should have to regrind everything. Isn't that the way it was before?
I don't intend to switch factions, so it's fine by me.
You're on board.
What am I going to do for Rebels?
Die.
Oh,
Okay, then he stopped in again to ask, just throw out a scenario. This is nothing set in stone. This part, the part about the switching the rules or switching from factions is coming with Chapter 4. And
part makes me angry.
I have to applaud them for actually, like, this is a good thing. Instead of just waiting for 4 to come out and like slipping this in the notes, like they actually jumped out ahead of told us it was coming. So good job on the communication. That makes people happy, even if they disagree with it happening. At least they have time to deal with it. But here's the part that makes Josh mad, and I don't know why it makes you mad. He's just throwing it out there for ideas. He says, what if switching from covert to overt took 6 hours, and while you were overt, you would not be able to communicate with overt players of the opposing faction? Or maybe while you were overt, the only way to communicate with an overt player of the opposite faction was to use a tell, but there would be some kind of penalty associated with the tell, because the leaders of your faction caught you fraternizing with the enemy and it cost you something. Now, we were talking about this before the show, Josh, and we both agreed 6 hours to go from covert to overt, no.
Yeah, what if I car bomb your office?
Yeah.
6 hours? What do you... Oh, yeah. It's like EVE Online. Just log in to go /PvP, then you log out for 6 hours. I'm playing EVE. I don't have time for that.
Yeah,
how does that even work? You sit outside rested for 6 hours spamming so you get in, then you die, and you have to wait another 6?
The only way that could possibly work is like when you cloned, once you went overt, you were overt until you decided to go covert again. Like they're
Then you get club camp though.
true.
Well, they could put like a timer on it, like they do with.
Going into starports and everything. Isn't that still in?
2 minutes.
Yeah.
What?
But we kind of both agreed that it was kind of a nice idea of saying that overts of opposite faction can't communicate with each other to try to limit some of the communication between the two, because I think one of the main things that turns people off from PvP are the attitudes of some PvPers. And it's always been my theory that the best PvPers are the biggest DICKs in the game, pretty much. Who like
Richards?
Yes, the biggest Richards in the game. That really, like, they like to, that's their thing. They go around and they want to kill somebody, just taunt them.
I do that all the time. I only PvP and I don't PvE anymore. It's PvP. PvE is not a challenge because PvE was scaled to you being level 80. And now that we're level 90, they just never bothered to pump the AI out. It's no challenge to go in PvE, so I just go around and beat the crap out of people in PvP.
And then send them tells.
There was this one dude this morning trashing my mother, and I just hunted his ass down. And he killed me. I put $1 million bounty on him. It's the first time I've gone anything above 50K. I put $1 million on Tomo. And if you're out there, Tomo,
You go down.
a rebel bounty hunter's coming for you.
Unless they're
They're shoot you. I doubt it.
See, and that's the one thing I would think they want to get away from is like some of the trash talk. You know, get people more playing the game instead of like, you know, telling someone that they slept with their mothers right after they killed them. Get rid of that. And I like that part. 6 hours I can totally do without. I mean, that just seems, I don't know.
Trash talk. Trash talk is part of competitiveness.
I know, but people take it way too far.
Yeah, there's some of them that go, you know,
And that's the problem.
way overboard.
It's the few that wreck it for the many. And Isso has a good post and editorial up talking about how, like, a few people can totally wreck a gameplay feature because of the way they act. And it sucks that it happens, but...
You have that ignore, though.
True.
People can't completely ruin something like that unless you like it. I don't know.
Right, but you take the scenario of an older player that, you know, just doesn't do nothing but trash talk, and he's now all of a sudden just killed some younger person that just got the game, they've leveled up, and they don't know certain functions of add ignore or whatever. I mean, that's where it comes into play.
A trash talk can, like, freaking win you a battle. Like, how many times I've been in Restus sitting in the spawn when they still had it, you know, the overspawns? And there'd be like 4 Jedi and just me, and then I'd like trash talk them, piss them off. And they like rush in right after me, get killed by the overspawn. It's part of the game. I mean, I know a lot of people completely ruin for people, but we do have the attic more for a reason. And if you don't want to get taunted by me, not that when I taunt, I'm not a complete dick about it. I don't, you know, like Alderaan sucks or something like that. Something role playing.
Right, role playing it kind of can be fun and funny in that same aspect, but some people, like, you know, Dirk said, you know, Dirk spot it and they go in the deep zone.
Little Adolf PvP or something.
So I could totally live with the whole no communication between overts of opposite factions. And I like the role playing aspect of if you send a tell to someone of the opposite faction, it's being intercepted by your superior who is punishing you for doing that.
Yeah, I can live. Just don't send any passwords around. Send your credit to
All right, that's pretty much all I had on that. Let's move on. Commando expertise, big thing. Josh, you want to take it from here? Rogue 5's Comlink, he's back.
Yeah, where'd he go?
I don't know. He's been around.
How about his job? How many vacation days does he get a year?
He hasn't been on vacation in a while, I don't think.
He's just not around.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, anyways, Commando expertise.
Go for it.
It's you, man. You're the Commando, man. You're the one who's like, oh, Commando's the greatest thing in the world. Tell us about it. What's going on? What do you like about it? What do you like? What do you not like?
I'm hesitant to judge the Commando expertise because I don't know how it's going to work. I can look at the chart here and read what it says, but that doesn't really tell you how it's going to work in game.
Right. Well,
see, we get. Go ahead. No,
I was just going to say, for the information that was given just on this little segment of it, the kill meter, do you have any thoughts about that?
The kill meter I wasn't too clear on, and then Barrett cleared me up a little bit on it. The way it's degrading 1 second per. How do you explain that again?
Okay, basically the way it works is you get a bonus for 4 kills, and it can add up. So the more kills you have, the bigger a bonus you get. And I believe it boosts your damage or something. If I'm not totally clear on that part, but the way it works is like if you have 1 kill, you're going to get a bonus. That bonus is going to last 50 seconds. If you can load it up to 50 kills to get the max effect from it. But what happens is it's going to start degrading. And if you have 50 kills, it's going to start degrading after 1 second. So it's basically based on how many kills you have. So for every kill you have, it's going to drop a second off the timer before the degradation starts. So if you have 25 kills, your bonus is going to be for 25 seconds before it starts degrading.
So the circumstances for you to have a max at 1 to killing people 1 or 2 hits are pretty unlikely.
You're going to have to be in the middle of a PvP zone, constantly killing people, and then you're going to get 1 second with that max damage before it starts degrading, and you're going to have to constantly kill people.
Yeah, so don't expect to go around Tatooine on most likely killing levels 1 through 5, hurrying up and going over to Restus and killing people with your 50 kill meter. It won't work.
My favorite comment was someone said that it's like, oh, people are just going to go around Tatooine killing, whatever they have around their low level stuff, and they're going to go to Restus, and they're like, yeah, that'll work if they can get to Restus in 1 second.
Yeah, it won't work that way.
Maybe I could have my shaman open a portal or something.
Maybe they should change the on-stick feature so it works through the rest instead of massaging it. Just go farm whenever you go there.
On-stick, hurry!
Anyway, we get a couple of cool buffs, which, I don't know, I'm not crazy about buffs on Commando. I was hoping for some new weapons or some reactivation of the old ones, but I'm not surprised that's not in the pipeline, apparently.
Right.
Looks like they're making grenades being fairly useful, and there's a couple of damage enhancements, stuff like that. There's good stuff in there.
What about your favorite move?
It burns?
It burns!
That's pretty cool. There's a new combo burn! Exclamation mark. And I feel bad for the Vampires because we got one of their moves they wanted, which is we can hide off the radar temporarily, but we're not close.
Someone asked that. What are your thoughts on the mirror armor for Commandos? Radar jammer ability.
I like it, but I think it would be more suited for Vampires. I think they deserve more we do, but
I think it's a cool move, and it's something where it gives you like a cloaking ability, but not. It's something I could see more towards. I don't know. I thought a spy, but spy has their cloak, but being able to hide off the radar, it's kind of cool. It gives you like a semi-cloaking ability.
Yeah, I'm happy. I get it. I don't want to be the flavor of the month profession because I don't want to have that many. I don't want that many commandos running around because I kind of like BBD too. I just realized commando is my take on is my form. Is my cider form. I don't feel like being a Basiaka all over because I remember how much he's like stuff being the Jedi guy.
Yeah.
Might be retiring. And I like we do have a dot immunity to our own dot, so tomatoes puking today.
Do you guys get the acid that they're talking about?
We already had the acid dot.
Okay, Rogue Pie was talking about something that there's the new dots, these dots are new and not referring to the heavy weapons. The acid dot is entirely new dot. Can be stacked with fire, disease, and bleed.
We get disease.
Okay.
We don't have a bleed though. We've only had the disease and fire dot, so that could be a new one. Which again,
you guys are going crazy.
There's a lot of great stuff on here. I wish Gary was here because he does PvP a lot better than I do. I don't PvP at all anymore. And actually, somebody's got a template builder up for Commando already.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty crappy looking, but it actually works, so I'm working on that. Cool. I'm happy. I just really wish we would have got place guns or something. something new. I'm happy to have new abilities, but I really like new art. And another thing that scares me is that they were talking. I think it was on said they were laying out the commando heavy weapons. They're supplying them more so you get heavy weapons or lower. And they were just mapping out the current heavy weapons throughout the entire profession. Instead of just 70 and up, which I hope to God they don't crap out my rocket launcher or my shotgun or anything, and make them, level 30 weapons.
I wish they would make it something where they could be crafted, and like you could craft it geared towards a certain level. So if you use the resource, you could use like lower level resources to gear a weapon towards a lower level player, and have it be at like its max damage for that range, but then you could like put stuff up there and sell it to people. So as they're leveling up, they go, okay, I could go get a rocket launcher, level 30 rocket launcher. Then when I get to level 60, I have to upgrade to another one. When I get to level 90, I have to upgrade to another one.
You know what? All the old kind of weapons were crafted, but they're all disabled right now. The only kind of weapons that aren't disabled are the ones you can bring in by, except for the flamethrower and the super soaker. I forget what it's called.
You forgot.
You're a commando hater. What's your take on this?
I'm not a commando hater.
You're a commando hater.
No. We had some good discussion going on beforehand, but we'll save that for another day once we actually see how things work out. And I can tell you how overpowered you are and what you need to get. I can start calling for your nerf.
I'm calling for a nerf already. Well, I'm not calling for a nerf. I'm skeptical, but I'm happy to get it.
Pre-nerf yourself.
I'd like to know where Spy and Medic are at right now.
They'll be around eventually. I bet another one hits on Friday.
And you were saying this is going to go up for Halloween.
Oh yeah. This is just me totally like throwing stuff out there, but I believe that Chapter 4 will be on Test Center by the end of the month because they want this live before the complete package ships. And what is it? The middle of November. So to do that, each chapter's been sitting on Test Center for 2 weeks. So they would have to get it out by the end of this month. And pretty much I think it's going to be a lower content published. We're going to see the 3 expertise, maybe some legacy, like the next addition to the legacy. And that's going to get thrown, it's going to be put out there. It's going to sit on Test Center for a couple weeks and it'll be live before the middle of November. That's my theory.
I don't know. You think of it, finishing off all the combat profession expertise by November 15th would be kind of their...
Right, it makes business sense, and it makes sense to why they moved the trader revamp and moved these up and decided to get all 3 at once.
Yeah. Don't you hate when those things make sense?
I know.
Oh, crap, I know the next expansion's going to come out with the DVD.
Makes sense.
Or something.
The other DVD set.
I hope we have a new expansion soon. I harped on the old ones, but you know what? They were something to do.
I want something more like Kashyyyk and less like Mustafar.
I hate Mustafar.
Me too.
I have never done anything up leading up to HK-47. I've gone to the groups just to get the badge. But I refuse to do those crappy quests.
We're going to have to do them, because I've never done them either, so. Once I get to a high enough level.
No, I'm just going to jump in the lava. I hate Mustafar so much. Crappy planet.
Did I lose you?
Still there?
No, I think we lost him. No, he's been cutting in and out on me. So. Alright, well, since he pretty much gave his opinions on the commando expertise, we'll save any more discussion on that until it actually hits Test Center so we can decide what's going on with it.
Well, I kind of also would... he's back. I'd like to also hear what Gyron has to say. I hope he's back for next week so he can give us his opinion on the show.
Marco.
We'll keep our fingers crossed, Betty. Okay. Friday feature. Flip, this is you. Let's talk about the Friday feature this week.
Oh, they had one that nobody really liked that is geared for Friday features, but some people like them because I like to check out, if you have a museum, see all the old weapons. But anyways, it was galactic hotspots for Friday feature. But you know what? The devs are busy. They're doing a lot, coming around with the commando, medic, and spy, those type of professions. The expertise is coming out. I'm just guessing everybody's busy. What do they have time for? Show us.
It hurts PR. He doesn't do anything all day. He sits there with his coffee and he writes.
That's his job.
That's an awesome job.
I'm on it.
And whenever something gets pushed live, he doesn't care for it, or he gets blamed for it. He can just say he was out that day. How many times has that happened?
I was out
Yeah.
there.
But at any rate, sometimes I like the hotspots because you check out some of the places and it's just not like an empty room with a couple of racks of clothing and, hey, check out my place. It's actually kind of neat. They've had a couple of different times, like some sort of form of a guild hall where it was decked out with weapons from day 2 or whatever, you know, and it just, sometimes they come across as being really, really cool.
So, cop out Friday teacher.
They made it nice and
Well,
easy.
do what you gotta do.
Nice and crafty.
Oh,
Well. Is that all that happened this week?
yeah, really. I mean, there's a lot of communication going on with the devs. I didn't have time to actually go through and look at all the little, Addy hopped in a couple places. Hans was around. Rogue 5 was doing a lot of communication, so definitely check out the dev tracker because
They can communicate.
Yeah.
Well, they did a few things with the holiday coming up here, Halloween. You know, they had the pumpkin carving thing, and they've Pex added his little 2 cents of the holidays with the Ewoks and Night Sisters, how they celebrate their type of Halloween for Star Wars world. So.
Wicca.
Why are you laughing at people?
Crazy. At the Wiccans?
Yeah.
Dude, I swear they're all lesbians.
I'm not even going there. Should I move on to the poll question of the week?
What about the last one?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that one first and then give the new poll question of the week.
Okay.
Okay, last week's was, do you think Star Wars Galaxies is heading in the right direction? Almost 37% said yes, 30% said no, and 33% said that they're going to wait and see how the trailer revamp goes. Now, a lot of people didn't. We didn't get a lot of people saying, why, like the no crowd is never really vocal in why they say no. They just like to say no. But we did have a really good post by, and I didn't totally read through it, but by Guantan, I believe that's his name. He actually went through and gave, getting better, yes, more fun, yes, and no, more fun than seeing us, much fun. As pre-CU, going in the right direction, no. And he kind of goes through, breaks down why he believes, it's not going in the right direction. Since the professions are a joke, and I don't know if I'd agree with the professions are a joke. I think the way the professions were when the NGE hit, they were very, crappy. But with the expertise being thrown in there, there's more to them. I can't really comment on it until they get all the expertise in, but he also, breaks down economy and land and entertainers and chefs and really good post, so make sure you check that out and read that.
You disagree, though, with this post.
Yes. And I can admit that. Like, I don't have to, I won't hate someone who doesn't agree with me. Totally.
I spoke about that last week on the board. Made a long rant post that was...
Yours was a good post, too.
I know, I wish I spoke that concisely on the air, but...
Instead of sounding like an idiot.
Yeah, I gotta write a script for what I say. we'll write a script beforehand and let the other podcast go.
Well, this week's poll question of the week is, do you like the looks of the Commando expertise system? And, of course, I'll have to hop into the Commando forums and throw that out there for them, but really...
Don't kick me out of my board.
Really, I say, if you are a Commando now, or you plan on going Commando, then go ahead and vote in this poll. But if you're not, don't sit there and vote just for no reason.
Hey, Josh, are you saying the same thing I am?
Oh, of course.
Josh is going to vote 15 times.
No, I'm sick.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Good time.
I don't know.
I would like a little bit of an update or something about medics. I haven't heard nothing at all.
We're gonna get it. Just relax.
Well,
it's like Commando they came out of nowhere with like, here's the Commando Who expected the Commando expertise system this week? For it to be completely fleshed out, done, bam, here it is.
But from the beginning that we knew that Commando, Medic, and Spy was going to be thrown in there, or we figured that they were the last three to go, we've heard basically nothing about Medic, something about Spy, and quite a bit about Commando.
They've thrown out some stuff about Medic, haven't they? Who's working on that?
No, actually, no. They told us things that might be in there, and look for things that things aren't going to be in there. They said, you're not going to look for them.
You'll get your time, Mr. Double Negatives. They'll come.
I could have sworn I saw stuff on Medic, and that they made tweets.
They haven't posted anything on it. They've only posted what people are probably more than likely going to see in there, and ideas that they want. I can't remember who it is that's doing it right now.
Oh, Abby. No.
Okay. But no, they actually have not. I've been looking and searching, every single day I look for information. I haven't seen anything except from the time he mentioned that he was going to be doing it, and that, you can guarantee these possible things. But, since then, nothing.
You'll get it.
Well, maybe they're trying to find new ways to make it heal. Yeah. What do you do with Medic? Can you heal?
Well, I can tell you right now, there's going to be two branches. There's going to be a healing branch, and there's going to be like a poisons branch, dot branch. And you're pretty much going to choose, do you want to be like the main, like a huge healer in your group, kind of like the doctor, or do you want to be like the combat medic from pre-CU?
Melee tech?
No, you're just going to sit there. You're going to throw dots on things, and that's what you're going to do if that's what you want to do. If you want to have like more offensive power, you're going to be like the more combat match. You're still going to have some heals. You're going to be able to go around and heal people, but you're not going to be able to heal the way someone who goes towards more the doctor is what I'm going to call a branch, where they can go around and massively heal big groups of people.
Well, ideally, I think they have a debuff tree, a buffing tree, kind of like, just the old medic debuffs.
Right.
They have a melee tree and a heal tree. So they have 4 trees. I don't think they probably throw something else in there. But medic, I don't know what else you can do with it. It's such a single-minded class.
Well, right, but you got to think about it. It's a secondary class. It's the helpful class. It's not going to be the overpowering one.
Well, it's the caster class, I guess. Or would that be opposite? I don't know.
It's the priest
checking
class.
The website for details.
When we find out more, we'll tell you.
Yeah. Speculate, but
let's do a quick game real quick. Let's play what weapons the professions are going to get. Let's start with medic. What do you guys think medics are going to get?
Melee and carbines.
Yes, I think the same way. Melee and carbine.
One-handed and carbines. There you go.
Yeah,
see, I see something like one-handed, but then I see pistols.
No.
Maybe pistol.
Because I think of a medic. I think of a medic running around with a pistol just in case. I don't see them running around with anything bigger.
Maybe if they had gone first, but I think they already gave pistols to smugglers and officers. I think they're gonna. There you go. So again, I'm thinking they're gonna try to get carbines.
Spy will be carbines.
Right, and
the
one thing with medic is when they initially posted, if it was Addy, he mentioned knucklers for medic. People were all of a sudden start comparing them with TKAs.
Brass knuckles.
You think they'll have any armor of any kind?
Armor?
Yeah, or anything like that?
No, I think their armor should be relatively low and possibly supplemented by buffs.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. I don't think personally that they won't have anything, expertise wise with armor.
I hope they give them a really annoying buffs sounds too, like they're an officer. I love those things. Sit there and do it all day.
Be in a group where you're at helping a base out with everybody that's an officer. You have all these sounds going on.
It could be a dog barking for the sound.
Or just be at my house with a dog barking, yeah.
That's what the U.S. Army does. They just put on really annoying music. Try to drive the enemy back. We'll just toss them to death.
That's how we caught Noriega. Blasted rock and roll at him, and the sound of bunnies being killed. Do that for long enough, anyone will quit.
Do you think Commando and Spy will get anything?
Spy, I think Spy will get Carbine, and I'm trying to think what else Spy would. I think it needs something like one-handed.
See, I see, well, it's the medic one. I see Spy as being pistols, and that's it. And then medic being the Carbine is one-handed.
You're wrong.
No, I think spies would be movie. No, I'm just kidding.
Smack you upside the head. Beat you with my ammunition hand.
Wouldn't that be a blow to smugglers or whoever wants to wield?
We need a blow to production fund. Anywho, I know Commando's not getting old weapon stuff, which I'm disappointed.
You're going to eventually.
Yeah,
I don't think they are.
Well, no, they got their framework is out, so eventually they'll get it, right?
Yeah, the framework.
Hard published to just do the 5 or 6. The whole publish do 5 new effects. And if they got like 10 disabled weapons, it's not even critical to generate it. And on top of that, I think about this. Once they get this out, they're going to move forward with another expansion.
Definitely, they need to, because it really like what?
I think it's been a year.
Well,
That's
after
crazy.
crafters and entertainers, I'm guessing they're going to be possibly posting something about it.
Where the hell did a year ago? I remember saying, well, expansion this year, and I oh, crap. And then, sorry, my Monday.
Oh, Hoth is on the way.
Don't freaking want Hoth.
One place to be. Why would you
Yeah.
Oh, it's snow.
Oh, I'm in Canada.
Yeah, you see it. You see it. What? 10 months out of the year?
Dude, it freaking snowed in Toronto 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we had snow
got
already
something
in Michigan too.
We had 40 inches of snow along that Toronto border.
Not really, but we didn't have that much. But New York had a bunch of snow too. So I like to think that's why Gyron's not here right now.
That was nuclear ash. It wasn't snow.
Well,
Damn
what
North
plan are you
Koreans.
looking for, Josh, if they were to bring another one in?
I don't think that far ahead. I hope they do something with space. I don't know.
I would like to see something from like the EU, something that's not totally tied down with like current storylines, stuff that they could play around with storylines
Like
a little bit
episode
more.
3?
Yeah, I don't want it to, I don't want anything that was in like 1, 2, or 3. I really don't even want anything that was in 4, 5, or 6. I want something completely separate where they have a little more freedom with the storyline. So we're not tied so much to, well, you know what, we can't give you this piece of armor because it doesn't fit the timeline, or we can't give you this weapon for this reason.
Make something up. Make up. Here you go. Free idea. So, asteroid colony. Okay, that was episode 3 then. Asteroid colony that has make up your species, make up your own art. PS it. I don't care. I don't want to go to some stupid place like Coruscant with a Jedi temple.
Yeah.
Or
The Jedi Temple ruins.
I feel bad for harping on Jedi now. They're all coming to Nintendo, so I am laying off on Jedi officially, or I'm going to go biggest hypocrite.
Sweet. Hey, let's do some quick Q&A and then wrap up the show.
Okay.
Do we think the reason that Galaxies might not be as exciting as it once was because of the lack of musical diversity with the game interface? Actually, isn't the music more diverse now than it was previously when you had the same music every time you went into combat? Yeah.
Now it's 2 songs cropped up into millions of pieces so they can move over. I friggin' none of them listen to music anymore. Yeah, static turned off. Whenever I'm in space, it's, flying to the danger zone. Never running around, just quiet otherwise.
Well, and do you really wouldn't you get bored with because I mean some of the music is so subdued, sure they could put the whole soundtracks in there, but some of the music is just so laid back, just take the exciting parts out of it. And I don't know, I don't need a ton of music. I would like more, when I'm in a city, I would like more atmospheric sounds. I want to hear the sounds of other people talking, conversations going on, hustling, bustling, ships coming in. Make it feel like it's more of a city.
I love John Wayne's music. Holy crap, I'm so sick of all this. I can't watch Star Wars movies anymore because I'm like, oh, that's the core I'm using. Oh, that's the music.
You think you're in game, right?
I'm like, yeah, I can't stand it anymore. In Star Wars Galaxy, you hear the same things over and over and over so many times. And with, noticed this the other day too, I saw episode 2 on CBC, and then the comments on there's like your mail, in-game mail. It's like, oh god.
Not again, control.
No, god, it's more guilt spam. I don't care who just got in the mail. It's,
Well, you know what I like? I like when you're in Starport and you're getting ready to go to another place and maybe you're taking a time out, getting something to eat, a sandwich or whatever, and you start hearing the chatter while you're in the Starport selecting where you go. I thought that was kind of neat.
I'd like to hear more of that, though.
the extremely busy bestie Starport.
What'd you say, Ferret?
I'd just like to hear more of it in there, more. Like you go to a city, it just feels so. Yeah, they would need to put like more NPCs, which would just turn into things spawning where it's not supposed to. But did I just say it?
Yeah,
I think it does. I think it got to you.
Oh. I don't know.
I like the image. You know the ID text of Corona. The ID. Oh,
yeah.
The image designer has that nice ambient music. Yeah, that's insecure because I'm so sick of hearing the damn Qui-Gon every time I go to law.
Hey, another question. What are we paying for accommodations?
Paying or selling?
Selling, paying, whatever. I don't buy them, so.
I've been selling for $250 million.
How many per one, though?
60 days.
See, your server versus mine is like, now I'm not trying to, it's like going from America to Mexico. That's what it's like.
Like pesos raw.
Pesos?
Freaking whatever. You said Canadian dollars. But,
we're both worthless.
Yeah. Cactus had a good point on his server. His combination of 50K or something. Your own one, 60K here. And he could have got it like 4,000 worth of like 800 million. And then he could just sold some on eBay and then paid for the transfer.
It's kind of funny.
He would have had like 400 million on their side. I wish I had I wish I was on Ghetto More or whatever he's on.
Well, it's not even accommodations. I was talking to Gyron earlier today, and he was saying there's certain furniture, the ones, the one-time use schematics. There's the technical data, not desk, but you get sometimes it either has. What's that? Well, that one, there's another one. I can't remember what it is. It has like the orange boy thing above it, or red thing. Sometimes you get it or not. Anyways, he said those things go for like 400 or 500K on your server.
Yep.
And on my server, you're lucky to sell it for 20K on the bazaar.
Oh, I remember he said it to me too. He brought a key when he's been on Starside about 3 weeks now. He's kind of learned our economy and bringing over stuff he needs to itself for a while. And he goes and blows 5 bucks.
Just for more in-game money.
For more, you could have bought like 100 million for that on eBay if you want.
Do we think they'll do another Restus type city? No. I think they learned their lesson from Restus. I think they figured out you cannot have that much going on in one place on a planet. They might have bigger planet size attacks where you could spread people out a bit more, but I don't think we'll ever see another Restus.
Without it.
Yeah. Won't happen. All right.
Rex is kind of funny. It's like the train wreck. It's a moment, it's a reminder of how bad it was. The city's just like trashed.
It's like, we know what happened here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember how stoked we were when we saw that for E3?
Yeah. Or when we didn't see it for E3?
Yeah, and AT&T. That's so disappointing.
Well, I'm going to go about wrapping the show up now.
More questions?
No more questions.
Hey, do we want any TGR questions?
Nope. Just going to wrap up the show now.
All right.
I want to thank Cactus for modding the forums this week. Dukas actually showed up, but Cactus took his job, so sorry, Dukas, you're out.
It's up to you.
I want to thank, what are your names? Josh and Flip. I want to thank you guys for co-hosting with me this week.
Enjoy.
If you guys have any questions, you can shoot them to us at, I can never wrap up the show. The Galaxy Report at yahoo.com. Check out the Bug Wiki, thegalaxyreport.com/TBW. Head over to our website. We have the forums going. We're trying to get some conversation going. Help Issel out. Give her ideas for editorials. And, thoughts on, 1 year anniversary of the NGE. That way she can incorporate everything in there. I think for donations, we're going to go the route that I talked about last week. Well, we're going to, or the week before, one of the weeks of the show that I wanted to put out, but I may not have. But what we're going to do is, for every $2 that you donate, your name's going to be put in, and we're going to, when the complete package comes out, we're going to get a complete package. We're going to bundle it with one of the gift cards I have, and we're going to draw a name, and someone's going to win. So every $2 you donate, because that's the price of a subscription, we're going to put your name into the drawing, and we will pull a winner, and we'll probably give away some shirts courtesy of Star Wars Galaxies, or StarWarsShop.com. And just try to give out a bunch of stuff, hook you guys up. We still have some community summit tents that are shirts. If you're a 3X, we can hook you up with stuff like that too. So, little bonus to donate. We need to hook Josh up with a new mic because he sounds like crap, and every time we talk to him, it's just horrible. So this is our way of saying, hey, you know what? You help us out, we're going to help you too. We're going to hook you guys up. So I think that just about, yeah. We're going to
running over it with my computer. Sorry, my chair. I keep running over it.
Is your computer on wheels?
Yeah. The crazy computer.
I got my cool, really, I went in and I bought a $120 chair. Because it looks like half a picture of Star Trek 6. And it's really cool. It's got these wheels they could shear through. It's like the jaws of life on my chair. And it cuts microphones over where people wouldn't believe. So you're going to find me like a desktop wall.
Oh, man, you're crazy. Can I finish the show now?
No, we have a poll question.
Yeah, the poll question of the week is, do you like the Commando Expertise system? Yes? No? You're going to wait to see it go live. So, that's what we have. You guys have anything else? Cool. You got to make it quick.
Nope.
Josh?
Sandwiches, dude.
Awesome.
Well, you know what? Not unless they're going to check out the pumpkins. I actually carved a pumpkin and put it in for a submission, so you can check mine out.
Check out Flip's Pumpkin. Make sure you join us next Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Central Time, and we will see you all next week.
Okay.